Hi everyone, I thought I would do a quick glazing tutorial. I need this piece glazed anyway, so I thought I would just do it. So I'm using, of course, colors for earth, underglazes, opaque, and translucent on this piece. And now it's set for a couple of days, and you may do the same thing. You paint something, and then you need to come back and glaze it. A lot of people think that the longer it's dry, that it's not going to smear, and that's really not the truth. I found out years ago that I'm just going to take just water, distilled water if you have a lot of different minerals in your water, but you just mist the piece lightly, staying about 6 inches back. Okay, I'm just going to put this palette underneath it. You let the wet look go away. See how it's shiny on that leaf there? So let that water puddle type look go away. Once it's gone, you're ready to glaze. So when I'm usually done with the piece, finished painting it, I will glaze it immediately. I'm going to use, this is an earthenware tile, 0406. I'm going to use our gloss medium, CSP01 NT Clear. It's a 2-coat glaze. I'm just going to put some in a cup. And I'm going to wet my brush. I'm just using a fan brush. Let me grab. This is one of our number 8 fans. So wet it, take out the moisture, and then pick up your glaze. Make sure you get that saturated. This is a soft white goat fan brush. And I'm just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe a 3 to smooth out a stroke if I see it thick or really built up in an area. If you keep going back and forth across that, you're going to end up smearing the color because you loosen it, you wet it, and now you're going to lift it off. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, maybe 3. I've got just a small strip here at the end. I'm going to go back and tap some on the edges. And like I said, this is just an earthenware tile. Our clear glaze does not go to a cone 5, cone 6. So if you're working on your stoneware or mid-range clay, you'll have to use whatever clear glaze you like. I am finding that the SW004 of Mako works really great with our colors, so something to think about. Always test your colors with whatever clear glaze you're using so that you know your application of color and you know what that glaze is going to do to the colors, because different glazes do different things. The SW004 is a zinc-free clear glaze, and I really like the way it doesn't brown the greens out like some of them do. Okay, so you can see it's still a little wet in places. So I will put 2 coats on it. The other thing is, if you are an earthenware person, you will be able to see our colors through our glaze. Okay, so don't keep putting more on it thinking that it is not covered well. Another little trick, if you wanted to do it, if you're unsure and you're working on a really large project and you're unsure if you've got 2 coats and you've got it fully covered, you can actually put a couple of drops of food coloring in your second coat, and then you'll be able to see where you've been. And that works really, really well. Alright, I am going to go ahead and do my second coat. And then, of course, you would let this thoroughly dry before you fired it, preferably the next day. Or if you do it late in the morning or early morning, fire late at night, that will work too. Once it's got the 1 coat on there, you're pretty safe as far as going back and forth over it. But if your brush starts to drag or you hear it scratching or dragging across the piece, then you do not have enough product on your brush. Okay, so as you can see, you're going to see the colors through the glaze, and that's all there is to it. So if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below for me, and be sure and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.